March 8th. We are used to seeing it as a day of warm words, flowers, gifts, and cute cards. But do we know what is really behind this date? Do we remember that it is not just a women's holiday, but a symbol of the struggle that once shook the world, changed history, and divided society? This story began not with bouquets of tulips and chocolates, but with the fire of revolutions and an unbridled thirst for justice. Women were not born subordinates, were not born obliged to agree to inequality. They fought. And one of the brightest figures in this struggle was Clara Zetkin and Rosa Luxemburg, two women who did not just demand change, but turned the world upside down with a bang. By the way, if you are interested in this topic, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. There are many more exciting stories ahead. Clara Zetkin was born in 1857 in Germany, to a teacher's family. Her father was a supporter of democratic ideas, which undoubtedly influenced her views. From a young age, she was interested in socialism and opposed the exploitation of women. When the German government banned socialist organizations in 1878, she fled to Switzerland, and later to France, where she joined the revolutionary movement. There she met Marx and his ideas, which became the foundation of her beliefs. But if Clara Zetkin was primarily a theorist, Rosa Luxemburg was a true revolutionary in action. Born in 1871 in Poland, she saw from an early age the injustices faced by both women and workers. Her political views were shaped by the influence of brutal social inequality. She studied brilliantly, moved to Germany, received a doctorate, and became one of the leaders of the German and European socialist movement. Her passionate speeches, calls for revolution, and unwavering belief in equality made her one of the most dangerous women of her time for the ruling circles. These two women did not just defend women's rights, they demanded radical changes in the entire system. Clara Zetkin was one of the main initiators of the ideological March 8th. In 1910, at the International Socialist Women's Conference in Copenhagen, she proposed celebrating a day of struggle for women's rights every year. But it is important to understand that, at that time, it was not only about equality in society, but also about political transformations in the spirit of Marxism. And this is where the most controversial part of the history of this day begins. When the idea of March 8th began to spread around the world, it was quickly picked up by leftist forces. After the revolutionary events in Petrograd in 1917, when women took to the streets demanding bread and peace, the Bolsheviks used the day as a symbol of the workers' revolution. Already in 1921, the Soviet Union officially established March 8th as a national holiday. But what happened next? The Soviet authorities skillfully transformed this day from a symbol of the struggle for equality into another propaganda tool. Women were encouraged not to fight for their rights, but to celebrate their role in socialist society. They were praised as labor strikers, heroines of the fields, role models, but not as free, equal citizens. It was the same old story, just wrapped in a new wrapper. The true meaning of March 8th gradually faded. It began to be perceived not as a day of struggle, but as a spring holiday, when men should give women flowers, say nice words, and remember their importance for a day. But this is the greatest irony. Women do not want to be respected once a year. They want to be equal always. The feminist movement returned March 8th to its origins in the second half of the 20th century. Women took to the streets again, this time with slogans against discrimination in the workplace, domestic violence, social stereotypes. Today, in many countries, this day is an occasion not only to congratulate women, but also to remind them that the struggle for true equality is still ongoing. However, it is worth remembering the main thing. We value and love women not only on March 8th. They deserve respect, support, and equal opportunities not once a year, but every day. We admire their strength, wisdom, beauty, and courage always. And let this respect not be a formality, not a forced gesture. Let it become a part of our world, every day, in every action, in every word. And what do you think? What does March 8th mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. I would be interested to know your point of view.